guys, how are you all doing? Today I thought I'd come and do a cooking video. I'm so hungry, so I thought I'd show you what I'm making. So today I'm going to make a Thai green curry with coconut rice, and some of the ingredients I'll show you later. So I'm going to make a very simple version of this because I mean people know how to make it from scratch. I'm not that proficient, but I'll show you what you need to make yourself a really nice Thai green curry. And the great thing about this is that you can store the sauce with the chicken in the freezer, so you can keep it for another day, but obviously it's always going to taste a lot better fresh on the day. So now I'm going to show you some of the ingredients and how to make this dish. Start off with, we're going to have our peppers and our bell pepper, and we're going to cut them up. We want them to be in strips. I find that using a serrated knife is like the easiest thing in cutting these particular vegetables. And once we've cut these up, I'm going to put them into the bowl. And then with these ones, instead of having them in strips, I'm going to have them cut at an angle so that we get some rings, and quite thin if you can. So you get some rings like this. I really love cooking green curry, Thai green curry, because of the colours. It's just amazing. Now I don't have bamboo shoots, so that means that basically I'm going to be missing one particular element, but it's okay. I think it's going to be absolutely fine. And then we have these all cut up now. And then just for the bell pepper. So what I usually do is I'll cut it in half and then I'll go around. I might actually just use this one half instead of using both of them. Yeah, I might save this for another day. I don't know, I don't really like these pulpy bits. Some people do though. I'll just cut it in half, have it flat, cut it in half again, so we have quarts. And then basically, I always just cut the end off. I will still use this, but it just makes life a lot easier. Just like that, so it's more straight. And then turn it over so that you have the outer convex layer showing, and just cut them into strips. And it's really good if you have them slightly bigger, because one, they reduce when you cook them, and two, it's really nice to have a kind of, I don't know, I like my green curry to be kind of chunky. Now, some Thai green curries don't really use onions, however, I'm modifying it because I like onions, and I am totally going to add some onions in. Now, some people like your onions blended. I personally prefer to have them chunky inside the stew, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with them. That's that cut up. Now I'm just going to cut my onions. I'm going to be cutting two. The old trick to stop yourself crying with this is to either cut this in under cold water, so that the water takes away all the I don't know what they're called again, but the things that make you cry, which is like all the chemicals. It doesn't really get them away, but it just kind of makes them run away with the water. Or to put a teaspoon in your mouth. I've tried it actually works, but I'm not about to put a teaspoon in my mouth and show you that right now. So yeah, those are some of the tricks that you can use to stop yourself from crying. Get another bowl for the onions. So these two, I'm not actually going to cut them really small. I'll just keep them. I'll cut them slit, like thinly, but I'd rather have them kind of the onions, not waste any. Here you go, so onions done there. Oops. And the peppers done here. Now I'm just going to clear up this area and then I'll show you what else I'm going to do. So now we have our chicken. I'm going to now cut it and serrate it in half and then cut it into strips. And for this you need to have a straight knife, not a serrated knife. So I always just hold it tight and go down the middle, and there you go, get two perfect slices. This is chicken breast, and then from there I just cut it into strips. Now we're done with cutting all our ingredients. It's just on to cooking them together. I'm just about to start cooking the ingredients together, and I'm going to just show you what I do. So for the rice, I'm first going to cook around about 2 cups full of rice in here, or maybe 3, depends on how much I feel I need. Using this part-boiled rice because 1, it's easier to cook, and 2, you don't have to wash it as much as the rice that hasn't been boiled before. So I'm going to open it now. So if that's 3 cups of rice, then I'm going to be adding about 6 cups of water. I always add some oil and a little bit of salt. If possible, try and use a oil like coconut oil, or if not, you can use some extra virgin olive oil. So now that this is boiling, we can leave this out of the way. The heat is a bit high, and I'm just going to add some coconut oil. And once it's melted down, you can see that it's starting to boil. Then I'm going to add the onions. Now all you want to do with these is you want them to saute a little bit. You don't want them to go too brown. You'd rather keep them almost the same colour, but brown just a little bit. So I'm going to add these now. I like cooking these in a lower heat because what happens is that the sugars start to come out and it starts to taste really amazing. And add a little bit of salt. And there's one thing I've found that you can do to just maintain the moisture, because as it cooks the water starts to evaporate out of this. You can add just the pan lid just over it, and as you can see the condensation starts, and this will keep all the moisture in, and this will stop it from going crispy or going brown, and just lower the heat right down. Now to make this green Thai curry, basically you can either make it from scratch, or you can be lazy like me and just get the paste. 1 tablespoon is like perfect for this. 1 whole tablespoon is that's perfect. Oh, and it smells amazing. And now I'm going to start adding the coconut milk. And I'm also going to add some natural yogurt. A large tub of natural yogurt. I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of this. Usually when you add the yogurt, do it on a low heat or it starts to curdle. So I've left this on a low heat to cook through. Coconut milk, which is a thick one. I have the thick one. Don't go for that light stuff. It really doesn't add very much flavour to it. So I'm gonna just And also I'm just going to save some of this coconut milk so that I can use it for a tutorial on a hair mask. And I'm also going to save some for the rice. I've used about 3/4 of it now. Now just stir it in. Just stir it all together. This is going to be absolutely delicious. I think I'll add 1 more spoon of the green Thai curry. And now I'll add in the vegetables. And just let this simmer. If you feel like it's reducing a little bit too much, then you can add some more coconut milk or some water. And now I'm going to add the chicken so that it can gently cook within the sauce. I'm just going to add a little bit of lemongrass, which has been freeze dried, into it. And a small amount of freeze dried spring onions. I'm just going to put the temperature up just a little bit so that the chicken can really start cooking. And just make sure you hide all that chicken inside the sauce, and that way you can also get some of the flavour of the stew. You don't want it too high as in to burn it. So here we go. And just let that simmer for now. I'm actually now going to add a little bit of chili powder because, as I said, I'd like it to be a tad hotter than it actually is right now. And I think it's actually done. So I'm now going to leave this to simmer for a bit. So now with the rice, we just have it boiled. I've already boiled it. I'm just added a little bit extra water because it dried up before. I'm going to increase the temperature a little bit. Hopefully once it starts boiling, I'm then going to add the coconut milk so that we have coconut milk rice. Now that it started boiling, I've actually increased the heat, and now I'm going to add about 2 tablespoons of the coconut milk into the rice. The best rice to use for this is actually Jasmine rice, but since I don't have that, I'm just using the part-boiled long grain rice. Maybe making 3. And then just stir it in gently so that it goes through all the rice. This will just give it quite a lovely flavour. So now that the rice is cooked, I'm now just going to serve it onto my plate and then go and eat it. So it's really simple to make. It really doesn't take that long to make, even though I had a bit of a glitch because of my cooker. But I hope that you try it out and show me some pictures if you are on my Instagram. And yeah, I'm just about to eat. I'm so hungry. So anyway, enjoy your meals and see you later for another video. Bye.